I'm Casey aka Queso, and today's video is 10 things about me. So as you can see, I've got like a new setup going on. I got a backdrop, I've got a camera light going, you know, so I thought I'd put a bit of makeup on to go with the whole new me kind of theme, but this won't last because I was just trying to put foundation on before and I literally have none. I was looking for just like, can I just put concealer on, can I just put foundation on? I was literally scraping it out of the bottle because I've got like none left. Big shout out to my dad, it's all thanks to him. He spent the last hour with me like pegging this thing up and sorting it and stuff. So yeah, let's get straight down to it. So yeah, I'm not going to discuss my political views on here right now. If anyone wants any political videos, then yeah, I will do it. You know, I don't really mind saying my opinion online, even if people aren't going to agree with it, but I won't bore you with all the details right now. But yeah, I do follow politics quite avidly. I mean, I have followed it less lately because obviously the elections have ended and now it's all to do with coronavirus. So I'm just sort of following coronavirus at the moment. But yeah, and in general I'm just very opinionated. I've got a lot of strong opinions. I don't mean strong as in like really right wing, or like, I'm left wing if anything, just putting that out there. But yeah, when I say strong opinions, I've got opinions that I strongly believe in, and like when I formulate an opinion, obviously I will change my mind if people convince me otherwise and give me different perspectives. I'm always up to hearing from other people, but I do tend to stand by my own opinions once I've got them. Yeah, I'm not the kind of person because someone else is like, oh no, it should be like this, and then go against my own opinion just to fit in with them or whatever, because, you know, a big part of who I am and how I sort of feel confident and positive about myself is that I stay true to who I am and I stay true to what I believe in. So I hope I never like say anything in any videos that offends anyone. I am a bit overly honest, I just sort of say whatever I'm thinking. No, I don't think most of my opinions would offend people, but yeah, I am just quite outspoken sometimes. Very emotional, so this kind of ties in because I have all of these beliefs and things and I like to stand by them. I get very emotional about things as well. I'm a strong feeling kind of person. It can be a good thing and a bad thing. So yeah, when I say I'm emotional, I will like cry at films and things. I am probably quite dramatic. And it like something will happen and I'll be like, oh my god, it's the end of the world. Like Reese, my boyfriend, he says my catchphrase is everything's ruined. Not exactly a catchphrase that you want to have, but yeah, if I get really stressed, I'll be like, oh my god, like it's completely ruined. But then like I think I have got a lot better with learning that, you know, there's no point just throwing the towel in or looking at something negatively and being like, it's all ruined, oh my god, because, you know, I try and like re-look at the situation and try and just solve the problem rather than just admitting defeat and acting like it's the end of the world. But yeah, I am emotional about like the things that I believe in, because I'm someone who like really wants change. I really hate like inequality, poverty, all things like that. Really gets to me. Like I do a lot of just reading in my own time, you know, as you do, into like the states of affairs in other countries in the world, and like I am a feminist, I would say that, and by that I don't mean I want women to be much better than men, because feminism is wanting equality for men and women. So yeah, so I'm a feminist, and that upsets me a lot that in other countries women are literally owned by men and things like that. But anyway, I'm going off the topic. So yeah, I just am very emotional, and like I never really make decisions with my head. Like I always use my heart and my feelings and just what I think is right. And to be honest, I would say, you know, some people would say it's best to be logical, but it's never really let me down or failed me this far, because like some choices that I've made with things, I probably wouldn't have done them. Whereas because I just sort of went with what felt right, I did it and I got a positive payoff from it. So yeah, I just say trust your gut, to be honest. So yeah, my frenemy here is my nose. obviously I'm grateful to my nose because it lets me breathe and smell nice food and things. But yeah, obviously in videos, you know, you'll have seen sticks out quite a bit. There's a funny story about this. So basically I was in year 8 in school, and me and my friends, we were like really immature weirdos that no one liked. And basically we were in the school toilets and we turned the lights off, so we were just like scaring each other and like going around the toilets like woo, like all like that, you know, messing around. And then someone put the hand dryer on and I jumped out of my skin and like turned my head like that, smacked it against the wall, like the tiled wall, and then it was like bleeding everywhere and that. I went to A&E and they said like, oh no, it's fine, go home. Even if they think they're broken, they don't tend to x-ray noses, so it's a bit frustrating. Because I was told that I basically had a crack down the middle of my nose, and then out of that crack more bone has like grown on the top, so that's why I have this big hump here. So yeah, that's my battle story. It's not very inspiring, and yeah, I would like, if I could have a nose job, ideally I would have one. I don't want a perfect nose, you know, I just would like that hump gone, because like when I saw that specialist, she was like, yeah girl, that's definitely not a natural nose. I was like, oh wow, thanks, make me feel really good, like looks like I've got a really abnormal nose, thanks. Obviously she was just being honest, but I was like, okay. So yeah, I can't afford anything like that at the moment, and I've lived with it since I was like, I don't know, 13 or something. So, but I do think in the future that is like the one and only cosmetic surgery that I would want. And I feel like, you know, it is obviously cosmetic, but at the same time, had they known my nose was broken in A&E all those years ago, they would have, you know, reshaped or whatever they do with it, but nothing ended up being done with it. I do try and just ignore it and forget about it in videos. I feel like I'm getting more confident with it, the fact that I am posting loads of videos where all my chins are in and like my nose is in it, obviously, because it's in the middle of my face. So yeah, just got to get over it really. We all have our insecurities, I know that, so yeah, that's my biggest insecurity. So yes, I am bilingual, I'm Welsh, I'm proud, I'm very patriotic. I actually went to an English speaking primary school, and then these people from my high school came and were like, oh, learn Welsh people, like come on. And this is one of the things where I use my heart instead of my head. So I basically went on to an immersion course where in year 6 I was doing night classes and Friday afternoons, learning Welsh, and then the last term of year 6 I went to high school early with a class who were doing the same, and we just had like loads of Welsh lessons, but we also were doing our SATs and stuff for primary school for year 6. And then year 7 and 8 we had like 12 Welsh lessons a week, and then the rest of our subjects we'd do more at home. And then in year 9 we mixed with everyone who'd been to English speaking primary school, which I'm really sorry to them, because I know they massively like got annoyed at us because all of the forms had to mix around so that we could fit into all of the forms and not be in our learners class, and everyone hated us for that. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, and I did my GCSEs in Welsh, you know, written in Welsh, all the classes were in Welsh. I did then go to college, which was English speaking, but it's because some of the courses I wanted to do weren't offered in my high school. And I had the best time at college, but I do also regret, like, in some ways that I didn't stay in school longer, because now I haven't been taught through Welsh for a long time. I did some of my assignments for uni in Welsh, but I did find it hard because everything that I was taught was through English, so all the PowerPoints and everything, and like obviously everything online is in English now because I wasn't given any Welsh resources, so that was quite difficult. So yeah, I'm trying to do whatever I can to keep my Welsh up because it really does mean a lot to me. And it just shows, you know, my mum was absolutely terrified of me going to high school and learning a whole new language, because she said, you know, high school's hard enough as it is. But yeah, I did it, and everyone in my class did it, and I'm just so happy that I did and so proud that I can speak Welsh. So yeah, I have a small friendship group, probably is no surprise because I'm sure I come off a bit weird in some of these videos. But yeah, like in school there was like a group of 5 of us that then when we got to college became like 7 of us, so I had a really close-knit group. And then since then, sadly, some of us sort of drifted apart and are no longer friends. But I obviously got more friends in university. And then I've also got my friend Taylor in America. There is a pen pal vlog coming out soon where I talk to her about how we became friends when we were 15. So look out for that. But yeah, and I've got like friends in work. And so yeah, like I've got my lifelong friend as well, Naomi, who I was friends with from when I was like 2. So yeah, I've still got quite a decent amount of friends, but I haven't got a friend group really anymore because they're all sort of scattered around. They don't all know each other, so I'll meet up with people more so on like a one-to-one or like a group of 3 of us or something like that. But yeah, I've never had tons and tons of friends, and it doesn't really bother me because like I find even now the amount of friends that I have, I struggle to see them all and do things with them because I really like having really strong close friendships, and I'm sure people who have loads of friends manage to do that. Like I don't have enough hours in the day to keep in touch with everyone all the time, and you know, there isn't even that many of them. So yeah, like I just wanted to say about that because like I feel some people feel like, oh, I'm ashamed I've not got tons of friends, or I'm not super popular or whatever. Like, do you know, it just matters the friends that you've got, and you should really appreciate the friends that you've got because they're there for you and they love you no matter what. And you know, whether you've got loads or you've got a few, just be happy for what you've got really, and don't feel embarrassed or ashamed about it. Illnesses and injuries. Oh, what an exciting, happy topic. So I broke my arm when I was about 7. I tripped over a football. My dad literally kicked it and I just like tripped over it and fell and broke my arm in 2 places. And actually with that, they took my cast off. I went back to school for like 3 days and I was like, Mum, I still can't move my arm. So then they took me back and the doctor was like, oh yeah, sorry, your arm is still broken. I was like, oh cool, okay. So I had to have the cast on for another like 6 weeks or whatever it is. So that was fun. I had glandular fever when I was like 6 or something, so I was off school for like 4 months with that, and then I've had glandular fever twice since, because like everything you read online says you can only get it once, but basically I've since been told by my doctor that like 5% of people can get it reoccurring, so that's really not very nice because it's horrible. The last time that I did have it though was when I was like 15, 16, I was in year 11. So yeah, I was ill for like over a year, and in the end they said that I had chronic fatigue syndrome because they do tests and it would come back as a problem, but then they'd redo them and it would be clear and things like that. It was just a nightmare. I was back into A&E because I was so poorly and staying over in hospital. Basically chronic fatigue syndrome is just a massive cluster of symptoms. You know, basically every symptom under the sun is there, and I personally feel like it's kind of when they know you're really ill, there's something wrong, but it's not anything really they can diagnose or treat, you know, you're just really ill, and it can happen after having glandular fever. So that's what they said they think's happened, is because it was like my 3rd time having glandular fever, that as an extension of that, it made me ill for a lot longer afterwards. Yeah, I'm all good now. That was a while ago. And yeah, I do find I tend to get bugs and stuff quite easily. I don't know, I'm just like a sickly person really. But to be fair, I don't remember the last time I was ill, and I think during times like right now with coronavirus, that's pretty good and I should count my blessings. Another injury I got was I got bit in the face by a dog. It was my nan's dog and she was so lovely, but then she just randomly like one day turned, and then like she just bit my face when I bent down to stroke her. And my uncle like had to pull her off my face because she proper like latched on. So I've got like a little scar here, and then one like there. So there's like 3 marks. They've gone down so much because it happened when I was about 9 or 10, and it was the worst pain that I've ever felt. I nearly had laser surgery on it when I was like 10. But then they said that actually it would probably still leave a scar on my face, but it would just look different to the scars I've got now, so I just left it. But yeah, I mean, I still absolutely love dogs. It never made me fearful of dogs or stop liking dogs, but yeah, that was just like probably the worst injury that I've had. this one comes as a surprise, probably. But yeah, I'm just like your stereotypical nerd. I mean, primary school, I absolutely loved it as well. My mum said I'd cry like at the summer holidays because I wanted to go back to school. But I wasn't like that in high school, and I'm definitely not like that in uni. College, you know, wouldn't have cried, but I did love it. So yeah, on and off, I have really enjoyed school and stuff. Like, I like learning about stuff. I like keeping busy. I get bored really easily. So yeah, I like learning about all sorts of things. I really like reading, although I'd kind of gotten out of that, but isolation is helping me get back into it, which is good. I love writing, so sometimes I'll do film reviews and things, and also I like to write fiction, like stories, so I'm doing like a short story at the moment. So yeah, it's something that I've always loved since I was a kid, because I just love English. I love reading and writing and stuff like that. I also like gaming. I'm not like the best, and I prefer more like your choice-based games, so like Telltale, The Walking Dead, and like Life is Strange series. I love Detroit Become Human. That's like my favourite ever. Stuff like that. I do have COD and stuff as well, but I'm awful. Literally, someone shoots at me and I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm just spinning around, shooting at the ceiling, shooting at the floor, hoping that I'll hit them, but I always die. So, but yeah, that's kind of fun if I'm like, gotta let off some steam or whatever. So yeah, I do like gaming as well. I've been doing that quite a lot during isolation. I've been playing Life is Strange 2. I'm playing it now for like the 3rd time, I think it is, because I love it so much and I'm trying to get different endings. But anyway, I'm like a massive film geek. Usually when it's not lockdown, I go to the cinema like probably once a week at least. I try and see like everything in the cinema as much as I can. So yeah, I might start doing more reviews of films and things on this channel, because it is something that I love. I love as well that I find with TV series, as much as I do watch a lot, I get out of them really easy because they're so long, and I've just got a short attention span, I think. So I love films because they're shorter, and you know, the story starts and it ends, and I'm not just waiting and waiting like, when's the end, what's gonna happen? I'm massively interested in psychology. That is the course that I first did in university, but I'll talk about that in another video. So yeah, I'm really interested in like human beings, like behaviour, actions, thoughts, feelings and stuff. I find it really interesting. So yeah, I'm just an all-round massive geek basically, is what I'm saying. But there is nothing wrong with that. I'm a geek and proud, so it's all good. So yeah, I'm currently on a children's nursing degree, paediatric nursing, whatever you want to call it. I'm on a gap year though. I know it's the worst timing ever, because I'm in lockdown, but also it is kind of sad because a lot of my friends have all opted in to work in the hospitals right now, but because I haven't been on the course since last September, I can't do that. So yeah, massive shout out to all of the student nurses who are going into the hospitals and who are helping with this pandemic. So yeah, it's just like a massive shame really that I can't help myself. So I'm just isolating. That's the only part I can play really, is to just stay home. But yeah, I've got my 3rd year coming in September, and before that I studied psychology. Then when I changed from psychology, I nearly went to English Lit, but then I was sort of thinking I don't know what I want to do with it, and I enjoy writing as a hobby, and if ever I could get anything published, that would be great, and I wouldn't necessarily need a degree to get something published if it was good enough. So then I decided to do the nursing because I thought I really want to do something where I'm helping and things like that. I love children, and yeah, because of certain things with my mum, which again I will talk about in another video, I'm quite health focused and things and want to help people who are unwell. But yeah, when I was a kid, like when I was growing up, again, I was completely different. So I wanted to be like an actress all through my childhood. Well, it was either an actress or like working with animals out in Africa or whatever, because I was just obsessed with animal documentaries, which is quite weird for a small child. But yeah, I was never really good at science, so I knew I couldn't really do the animal route, as sad as it is, but I still love animals. I got a zoo membership at Chester Zoo. It's amazing. I've had it for like 4 years. So yeah, if you live nearby, get one of them. But yeah, I always wanted to be an actress, and my uncle, he's like in the West End. My nana owned a dance school for like 30 years, so it's a very like showbiz family. And I nearly applied to drama school when I was looking at, you know, universities and schools. So, and last minute I kind of changed my mind and did psychology, because as much as I've always loved it, I realised that personally I wasn't going to feel completely fulfilled by it, because I felt like it was something I loved, and although I could entertain people, I just felt like I would feel guilty on myself that I should be helping people more. I mean, I had an idea, hopefully if I got enough money I could help a lot of people, charities and things, but you don't know what's going to happen really. Another thing is, obviously it is quite unreliable. You don't know if you're going to do well or not. I'm not from a family with loads of money, you know, and it was a massive risk, and I decided psychology is a big interest I had. I wanted to learn more about it and could help people by doing it, you know, straight away rather than later on in my career. And then I changed to nursing anyway, so it's quite confusing really. I've just got a lot of interests, okay? Like, don't judge. Yes, I absolutely love travelling. I had so much planned for this gap year. Me and my two friends were going volunteering in Zimbabwe, working with lions and also just children. But because of coronavirus that's not going to happen, so that's going ahead next year instead for a month. But yeah, if I could, I would just travel the world. I would love to go away for like 2 years and travel non-stop, but I just can't afford it. I plan trips all the time. I recently planned out like a 6-week trip around Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam and Laos. So yeah, I mean, I probably won't be able to do that for a long time, but I've always got my head in the clouds, like planning holidays, planning trips and things. I've been to a fair few amount of countries now, and I've been going to like at least 3 places a year for the last few years. So considering I'm on a student budget, I think I'm doing quite well. I love like learning about different cultures. I love going to places that are really different from where I live, because, you know, it's just so interesting. I like meeting new people, and I just want to learn about the world as much as I can. So yeah, I'm thinking I might do a video as well looking into planning holidays and trips, because I do find I'm quite good at it now, like of getting really good deals because of having like a student budget. So yeah, look out for that. And last but certainly not least, probably most importantly, is that my mum and dad are my role models. There's been a lot of hurdles they've had to overcome, and you know, having me as their daughter and still managing to deal with really stressful things that went on. You know, they brought me up as best they could. They always did everything they could for me. Any money they've ever had, they've always chosen to spend it on me. And I mean, nowadays I feel really guilty about that, but as a kid you're like, yay, like, but you know, they always put me before themselves. My dad's always taught me that nobody's better than me, nobody's worse than me, we're all equal, we're all the same, and that's something that I really live by. And that gives me confidence, and that also makes me non-judgmental to other people. Things that have happened as well in my family, I think, have helped me be less judgmental and a lot more understanding and compassionate to people who are a bit different or have difficulties and things like that. My mum is just, she's so giving and lovely. She does everything for everybody else, and that's what makes her happy, is seeing other people happy. So again, I try to live by that. I try to be a nice, good, decent person, and I really want to help people and things and make them proud, because they're brilliant parents and I really, really look up to them. Me and my dad do argue quite a bit, and me and mum will bicker sometimes, but me and my dad I think are just too similar. But when it comes down to it, you know, I love them more than anything, and they inspire me all the time. So yeah, if you can, whenever you can, give your mum and dad a big hug and a squeeze, or whoever it is that looks after you, you know, and who are so supportive like my parents, because I think it's easy to underappreciate the people closest to you because they're always there. But yeah, they're amazing. So yeah, and I hope that I can make them proud. not biased at all. So anyway, that is the end of this video. I really hope you've got to know me. I mean, you basically know everything about me at this point. But yeah, I just thought it would be a good idea for new people who might be visiting my channel to find out some things about me before they watch other videos and actually feel like they know a bit of who I am. So yeah, stay safe everyone, and thank you so much for watching. Please give it a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye!